What up, world? EstablishedRich coming right back at you. Families in Gary, Indiana have been cooking on a grill, throwing away food, searching for water, sleeping in the heat, and trying to protect their home in complete darkness for the last 2 weeks. This wasn't a little thunderstorm. The wind reached 99 miles per hour, utility poles snapped, and parts of the power grid have to be replaced or rebuilt. But a storm explains how the crisis started. It does not explain why thousands of people were left to try to survive it with little to no support.
And thousands are still without power in northwest Indiana 12 days after storms caused the largest outage in NIPSCO history. For some, the loss of power also led to a loss of water and sanitation concerns.
Getting water these days,
it's very rough.
Requires a few more steps than usual for unincorporated Calumet Township resident Sandra Huddleston.
This is where I take showers. I put my swimsuit on.
When storms devastated northwest Indiana August 11th, Sandra and many neighbors with well water not only lost power, but water too. Both have been out for nearly 2 weeks now. Thankfully, Sandra's got a friend next door kind enough to connect his hose to her backyard.
I fill up jugs for my sisters or for anybody else that may need water.
No water is bad enough, but some in the area are facing an even bigger mess.
So the grinder system went down when the power grid and the electricity went off, which in turn caused sewage backups and in some cases sewage in people's yards.
The Lake Ridge Fire Protection District welcomes residents to pick up bottles of water, use the bathroom, and take showers at this mobile facility.
They just were installed today. We've seen half a dozen or a dozen. I know there are a couple of people in there taking showers now.
In nearby Gary, Indiana, Shumaine Douglas is one of thousands of Gary residents throwing food away because of no electricity.
I'm pinching on food that I think might be okay because we got a generator going in and out. And I think some of that food had messed me up. So I was like, oh, this is throw everything away. We just got to start over fresh.
NIPSCO has shared that because of the extensive damage, repairs aren't simple, requiring teams to rebuild systems that often take weeks or months. Mayor Eddie Melton says he's in talks with NIPSCO, demanding they bring in more crews from around the country. He says he and his constituents feel left behind.
Situations like this we've seen around the country after devastation is typically black communities of color are left behind and always feel like they're the last to get turned on or the last to get rescued in these situations.
Despite the miserable reality, longtime Gary native Brandon Long is keeping his head up.
We just got to stay strong, you know, we in this together. You just got to hope for the best.
At the height of this disaster, more than 20,000 customers in Gary alone were without power. NIPSCO said the damage included 300 utility poles and 44 transmission poles that needed to be rebuilt or replaced. So yes, this destruction was historic, but the human response has to match the size of the destruction. You cannot tell an elderly person, a family with small children, or somebody who needs electricity for medical equipment that they gotta keep waiting. Patients don't keep insulin cold. Patients don't put water in the house. Patients don't make dog streets safe.
Come on up, everybody, come on. Here you go. Hope y'all enjoy the day. Y'all just go right over that way. Come on up. Hi, how you doing? Keep going, you can just go that way.
Let's go ahead and we're in the back. Right after
This event means hope. It means togetherness, and we appreciate all that, the food and the cooking, but we need NIPSCO. We still got to go back to our homes in the black, in the dark, with no electricity, when our basement's flooded. We still got to go back, so you feed us for a minute, you give us a little something. We need more than that.
That resident said it perfectly. This feels like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. A hot plate can help somebody make it through dinner, and the people serving that food deserve respect. But them plates don't turn the lights back on. It don't restore water pressure. It don't replace a refrigerator full of spoiled food or pay for a hotel room. And let's be clear, people are thankful for the help. They're just saying the help don't match the emergency.
Oh, I need some of this. Right here. Grab this. Right there. Yeah. Go. Oh. I said if I can get this. Yeah, thank you. Can I get this? You want that? Yeah.
Whoa. Survival mode, you know, no lights. Everything that I had in the fridge is gone, spoiled.
Couldn't get gas. You had nowhere to go eat. The lights is out on the streets. It's pitch black. It looks really scary and dark. You got trees on the roads that we haven't gotten up yet, and people can't even pass them. Give me a bottle. And it's sad to leave a city like this.
It's like they're trying to kill us all, really, you ask me. It don't make no sense. We should be a disaster area, you know? It's like, oh, they normal, they can handle it, whatever.
Listen to the exhaustion in their voices. These are not people looking for special treatment. They are asking for basic services they already pay for and for timely emergency support when those services fail. By this point, people are not dealing with the original storm. They're dealing with food spoilage, missed work, medical risk, transportation costs, field crime, and the mental pressure of never knowing when normal life will come back. Disasters get more expensive every day they continue, especially for people who are already living close to the edge.
You gotta think about Gary is predominantly black. And look how they treating us. It's terrible out here, man. It's terrible, and it shouldn't even be this way in 2026, man. 2026 is still like this, and it's terrible, man. It's terrible. I feel bad, to be honest with you, man. Oh, for sure. Lowe's price gouging, Home Depot price gouging, and the time of need, they with the generators on a normal day you go get a generator for like $400-500. They want to charge you $1,000 for a generator. Let alone the gas that you got to put in there, $20-30 every single day.
Now that right there needs to be investigated. Residents say some generators are being offered for $1,000 while the cost of keeping them filled is becoming another emergency. One local business owner reported paying $1,300 for a generator just to stay open. If businesses are jacking up the prices because people are desperate, that is not free enterprise. That is exploitation. When a family needs power for medical equipment, refrigeration, or basic safety needs, a generator is no longer a luxury item. It's a lifeline. The state should be watching the prices, investigating complaints, and making generators and fuel available to the most vulnerable residents. People should not have to choose between buying gas, replacing groceries, or keeping a medical device running.
Because one thing about us as black people, we will adapt to any situation. It might be hard from the beginning, but we will adapt. And we've been without power for like the last 10 days now. And as you can see, I'm out grilling. You know what I'm saying? It's been like this, but we also do have a generator. But like for the last 10 days, we've really been out power, and it's really been bad, very inconvenient for us. But, you know, one thing about us, we're going to adapt to any situation, you know. That's, slowly but surely. And these are all the things that people take for granted. The basic things as far as like power, taking a shower, flushing your toilet, anything of that nature like that. So we really under siege, and I hope they just take care of the situation. Thank you.
That grill is not a weekend cookout. That is somebody building a kitchen outside because his house can no longer function like a real house. We take so much for granted. Flip the switch, the lights come on. Turn the handle, the water come out. Open the refrigerator, the food is cold. Charge your phone, wash your clothes, take a shower. Now imagine losing all of that at once. Then waking up the next morning and realizing nothing has changed. Do that for 1 day, then 3 days, then a week, then almost 2 weeks, and see how you feel.
The power went out on the 11th of August. What was it, about 10:30 that morning when the storm came through, and haven't been back on since. We've been in the dark ever since. And the storm took down trees, branches, trees fell on cars and all, and on the house and all down the street there. That's a big tree. It's sitting in the yard that done fell down and stuff, so it's just been rough around here.
And here's the part we have to talk about honestly. Gary is approximately 70% black, and about 1/3 of the residents live in poverty. NIPSCO and Mayor Eddie Melton have denied that race or income determine the restoration schedule. They say Gary suffered the most expensive damage. That explanation deserves to be reported. But you do not have to prove that somebody deliberately put black residents last to ask a question. Would a wealthier community have been allowed to suffer this long without a massive, sustained national response? Listen, a story can appear on television and still disappear from the national conversation. Gary needed more than a headline. It needed pressure, follow-ups, accountability, and people asking every day who still has no power, who still needs water, who needs medicine, transportation, shelter.
Our food and the basic necessities and not able to have those to be able to go to them when you need them, it's rough, you know, yeah. Out in the unincorporated area now, they're dealing with sewage backed up. So the pumps are not on, so you look at the things that we take for granted, flushing the toilet. So, and now they have raw sewage backing up in home, backing up in the backyard and things of that nature there.
I said I can't afford a generator. I'm barely affording what I'm staying in my house with, you know what I'm saying? I already had got little groceries and then a little money I had just to, you know, carry over through the month. And I had to spend that. Now I'm down to what, $13 now?
Until when?
Until next month come around.
People were telling me they had to go to Kentucky, had to go to Ohio, different places just to buy a generator because they didn't get hit. So they had generators or whatever.
But, you know, I'm more concerned not even about me, to be honest with you, my neighbor. She's a loner, no husband, no kids, well, a daughter. She needs more support than I do. She's about 80-something years old. So what are they going to do for her?
It's been very difficult. I live next door in the parsonage. You know, I'm here every night, pitch back. They're breaking in, they're stealing. And so I'm here in a hot house, you know, no electricity. Today we took 100 dinners up to the nursing home right up the street and gave and served care packages and free food, good food, soul food.
Power has been coming back on across the region in increments, and the local electric company NIPSCO told residents in Gary that they should start being able to turn their lights back on this week. But some of the people that we talked to today on the ground said they'll believe it when they see it.
Yep, I'm also.
Well, it's always We'll have it on for you Tuesday. Well, we'll have it on for you Saturday. We'll have it on for you Monday, you know. So now they say Tuesday, and if not Tuesday, September 1st.
Really, they trying to get everything off the line so they can pull the lines together and restore everything. So they don't have a time frame on exactly how long it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know, so I said, one guy said maybe, I only can guess, maybe 2 weeks, you know, so we almost into the 2 weeks deadline now, you know. And I said, well, that's the longest we ever been out, you know, on power. But look at all the food I had to throw away. You know what I'm saying?
These people are not statistics. They are families who have been forced to organize their own relief while waiting for the system to catch up. Their community is strong and beautiful, but it should never become an excuse for corporations or the government to do less. The state has called for an investigation into storm preparedness, but residents also need direct relief, food loss reimbursement, emergency housing, water distribution, cooling centers, generators for medically vulnerable people, and aggressive enforcement against price gouging. Because this is completely unacceptable in 2026. America can find billions of dollars when powerful people declare something an emergency. The people of Gary should not have to become famous or go viral or beg on camera before their suffering is treated like it matters. Gary, Indiana is not forgotten because the people are silent. They have been speaking out loud and clear. The question is whether the rest of the country cares enough to listen. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. Established Rich, I'll be back with another one. Peace.